should you absolutely never get into a power struggle with your son? Because when you go head-to-head with him, you aren't disciplining him, you are essentially destroying him. If you want to raise a capable, confident young man, you have to understand his psychology. Boys are wired for respect and autonomy. When you try to crush them with authority, they don't learn, they just shut down. So, if you want to stop the yelling and start connecting, you need to use these 3 psychological strategies. Number 1, the dad validation effect. This is specifically for the fathers out there. A boy's self-esteem is heavily tied to his father's approval. If a dad is silent, absent, or constantly barking orders, that boy will grow up with a deep insecurity that often turns into aggression and rage. He becomes hard because he feels rejected. But if a father frequently praises his son, validating his effort, his strength, and his choices, that boy builds an inner core of confidence. He doesn't need to act out to prove he's a man, because his dad already told him he is one. Number 2, shift from boss to consultant. Stop treating him like a subordinate and start treating him with the same respect you'd give a friend or a younger brother. Boys are allergic to being micromanaged. If he feels disrespected, his ears close. But if you approach him with respect, if you ask for his opinion instead of just giving commands, he becomes cooperative. When a boy feels respected, he wants to protect that relationship. He wants to listen to your advice because you aren't forcing it down his throat. Number 3, kill the criticism and threats. You cannot nag a boy into better behavior. The more you criticize him, the more rebellious he will become. And the more you threaten him, the further he will pull away. Why? Because for boys, criticism feels like shame. And when a boy feels shame, he goes into fight or flight. He will either explode in anger or he will completely ice you out. Instead of threatening him, guide him. Focus on the solution, not the mistake. Raising a son isn't about breaking his will. It's about molding it. Don't be his enemy. Be his guide. If you stop fighting him, you might be surprised at how much he actually wants to follow you.